Ancient magical Africa, a vast, untamed haven for the world's deadliest animals, where even master professional hunter Jeff Rann can't be certain of what lurks behind each bend in the path. What majestic sight may appear from the ether, or what fearless predator may attack at the first sight of danger or opportunity. This is the last great animal region in the world, where one massive beast reigns supreme as the most fearless and mystical in this distant world where death and beauty coexist.
To me, elephant hunting is the greatest adventure, greatest hunt there is in Africa, and probably the world.
A hunter of the African savanna for the last 34 years, professional hunter Jeff Rann is a leading authority on dangerous game hunting, earning SCI's Professional Hunter of the Year in 1998. Across a lifetime filled with adventure and extreme risk, he's learned his lessons well.
I get to take an elephant if I have any spare tags left over. Again, it's all about trying to utilize the quota and our sustainable offtake, which is issued from the government, so they expect us to shoot the quota and really to manage wildlife. That's what we should do.
Contrary to popular belief, African elephants, left to their own devices, would overpopulate and destroy their own habitat, and are sometimes led by older bulls that no longer reproduce.
These elephants have expanded to over 200,000. Carrying capacity in Botswana, which is roughly the size of Texas, is probably around 70 or 80,000 would be maximum. So we're more than double our recommended carrying capacity. Tonunga is a 1 million acre concession that's a government leased concession. There's only 7 concessions left in Botswana that are direct leases with the government. There are no people living out here, no villages. They're not allowed to. This is a real wildlife area. It's right in the center of that region, and that's why you get all this elephant movement. We've got resident elephant that live in this area year-round, and we've got a continual movement of bulls that come through from Wankie and back from Chobe year-round.
Botswana is home to some of the world's heaviest elephant concentrations, and this time, Jeff's going it alone on his quest to take this mammoth beast.
This was going to be my first solo hunt since last season when I did one.
Congratulations. That was great.
I'm glad you're here.
Wow.
We had an encounter a couple days ago with a bull that was extremely aggressive. He was sleeping up against a tree with another bull. And we walked in about 30 yards to have a look, and before I could really determine we were interested, and he reacted and he came straight towards us. Took a few steps towards him, trying to control the situation. I didn't want him pushing us backwards. You get so many breaks, the tracker runs, and that could trigger a charge. No, but I might. Come. Big-bodied bull, but ivory not quite big enough. But need to watch him. He's going to try and get our wind. He may come back at us. See, he's not real scared of us. That's how these big bulls are. They control their environment. They're the king of the jungle. If they want to come at you, they come at you. I was confident. He went around us. He stopped again under a tree. We thought we, talked a little bit, spoke to OT. I said, we need to kind of back out of here. But at the same time, we got to keep our eye on this guy because he could just come for us again, and he did. Just watch him there. He sees us. Just watch him. He may still come. OT. Wheel up, OT. OT. got on a lane. It was actually an old elephant path.
You want to shoot him, man? I'll shoot him.
And then he just kind of backed out with his head shaking back and forth, back and forth. And what he was doing there was just kind of keeping us in sight, knowing, you know, where we were, seeing if there's any other danger coming from either side. And he backed himself right out, reversed probably 20 yards, going backwards, and then slowly walked off. Didn't go very far, stood under another tree, but it gave us an opportunity to get out of that situation.
That's what you call a cheeky bull. He knew what we were, he smelt us. At the same time, he still wanted to challenge us, kept challenging us, kept challenging us. That's why I wanted to have this open lane. At least then I had a good lane to shoot if I had to shoot. I didn't want to shoot him. He wasn't quite big enough. Big bodied bull, but ivory was pretty thin. That's elephant hunting.
Tooth loss is the leading cause of death among mature elephants, which, after their final molar begins to fail, soon succumb to the ravages of starvation.
It's our responsibility as wildlife managers to take that quota off, that sustainable offtake quota. So if I get down to where I haven't sold a couple elephants or we've run out of time, and I'll just decide to take them myself. And typically I'm not looking for a trophy, I'm just looking for an old bull, a management bull, an elephant that's been in the area for a long time. Take him out, maybe another bull will come in. I'll particularly look for elephants that are aggressive, have aggressive behavior, because if they're aggressive to me, they're going to be aggressive to other elephants. And every elephant has a different personality, and you'll see it in a herd or a group of bulls, bachelor group. One bull walks in and everybody else gets out of his way. And that's a bull that should be taken out. Once he's past his prime, he's not breeding anymore, he's disturbing the area, he's causing stress on some of the other animals, take him out.
A proven African professional hunter since 1977, Rann is well prepared for the perils of hunting dangerous game.
I've had, encounters. I've had a leopard fight me, get on top of me, buffalo run me over, had a lion on top of me, numerous rhino charges and elephant charges. The difference with an elephant is if he gets on you, you're unlikely to survive. If an elephant does get on you and you don't have backup or you don't have help and you're on your own, there's just going to be pieces. They tend to put a tusk in you, they'll step on you, they'll try and pull pieces off, and then stomp on you, kneel on you. It's just going to be a bloody spot on the ground, and even your closest friends are not going to recognize you.
With elephants accounting for nearly 500 deaths per year on the dark continent, it's wise to tread lightly and carry a heavy weapon you trust.
Double rifle is the only way a professional hunter can keep himself and his clients safe. What it is, a double rifle is two guns that's put together. Front trigger that controls the right barrel, a back trigger that controls the left barrel. So if something should happen with a trigger or a lock or a firing mechanism, firing pin on one side, you still got a rifle that you can use. If that happens to your bolt action, that's it, you're done. What I'm using in this Beretta 470 is Federal Premium ammunition. These are sledgehammer bullets. It's a monolithic constructed bullet with a lead core. It's bonded. Here's a bullet that we recovered out of an elephant I shot just a couple days ago. You could reload this bullet. It's absolutely perfect. Not deformed at anywhere, front or back. This was recovered on the opposite side of the skull of a big bull elephant. When a bullet deforms, either at the head or even at the base, it loses penetration, slows down, and can cause the bullet to deflect. A bullet that deforms isn't going to fly and carry on a true path, especially through heavy bone, muscle, and thick skin like an elephant. On an elephant, you only want to use a solid bullet. You wouldn't want to use a soft nose, and there's many different types, but Federal Premiums are what I use, and I think they're the best.
Professional hunter legend Jeff Rann has embarked on a risky solo elephant hunt, where his is the only gun, and the final outcome depends solely on him and the elephant.
OT Zombo has been my gun bearer now for over 30 years. I've spent more time with him than any other human being on the earth. And you know, we often communicate, you know, because we know what each other's thinking. We don't have to talk. And in a situation when you're hunting dangerous game, it's often best not to speak. But he knows what I want and what I need, and often he can communicate to me what's going on, and I understand the situation without actually having to say anything. He is a gun bearer, and he's also a tracker, but his main purpose for me is as a gun bearer. He'll carry my second rifle. He'll load my rifle that's empty, hand me a loaded rifle, and he's right there with me in any situation. I've never had him run once. You know, we've had numerous charges from just about everything you can imagine. Hey. If you think about it, you know, I've got the gun, and even though he's holding the gun, he knows he's not to shoot it, and he's comfortable with that situation. Even in a dangerous situation on a charge, he'll just stand there, and he's never run once. He was with me when the elephant charged, and I had to shoot him at 10 or 15 yards. So he's been with me through a lot, and you know, hopefully he'll be around a lot more.
Jeff has guided many hunters in the pursuit of dangerous game. Rann knows each hunt could be his last, so he puts all his knowledge and skill in play on every stalk.
As he's coming, take him. Good shot. Okay, come up. Shot, good shot.
After a long search for a mature bull, Jeff's passion for elephant hunting is ignited when he locates an impressive male and begins the careful stalk to close in on his prize.
He got in under a tree, acacia tree, started working his way towards us, and then he saw us, and he got very aggressive and came towards us. All I had was a frontal shot at that point. It wasn't pretty, but he didn't get away. Yeah, this was a bull that I wanted to take. He'd been in the area. I'd seen him a bunch of times. He had, you know, very short ivory, quite heavy, but short. Not really a trophy, but a good management bull. Very aggressive behavior, and a perfect trophy for me to take out of the area. We got a lot of these old bulls coming in. There's a lot of competition in these water holes, and that's why we're picking up some of these pieces of ivory, because these bulls are fighting and getting some stress when you get this many bulls in this closed, confined area. And this is a bull that I don't need in this area, and I'd like to get him out, which we have done, and hopefully it'll allow some other bulls to move in. You know, these big old bulls, there's a lot of protein. You know, we'll utilize this whole animal, take all this meat back to a staff and some villages nearby, and the skin we'll also utilize, and then obviously I'll keep the tusks in my trophy. We take the opportunity to go in and recover all the meat, and the camp staff, they love it. They'll dry it and make swapas, biltong, which they can take home and give to their families, and it helps sustain them throughout the off-season. So there's a lot of protein in a big bull elephant, and it's all utilized.
What does a PH do when you have time off?
He goes elephant hunting. What else would he do? After taking the first bull, I was really excited about getting onto a second bull, and also looking for something a little bit better, trophy quality maybe. My wife Quasi said she wanted some tusks longer than the first one. The very next day we got onto a bull that I hadn't seen before. As we got in closer, we saw there was a cow as well, so that changed the whole situation. These bulls are not that aggressive when they're by themselves or not in must, but when they're mating, and in musk they can be very aggressive. And we needed to be very careful with the wind. Also, when I'm trying to shoot a particular bull, I didn't want the younger bull, the bull with shorter ivory, to get in the way. So I had to work our way in. We tried 3 different approaches, finally got in on him. Just then a third bull walked in. So now we're dealing with 4 animals. We've got 3 big bulls and a cow. And the situation had changed a lot.
What we can really do now is just walk right up on him. So I'm just gonna walk at him. If I get the shot, I'll take it.
Got up on him again. He faced me, and I thought, well, he's going to charge now because he's wounded and he knows where we are. The wind was blowing straight at him. As he turned to go away, I gave him one on the shoulder, and you could see him react. It was a good, solid shot. We followed up on him. I heard him actually fall down. He didn't go more than 50 yards after that.
Na bralo de nakafut. Marumo.
This bull turned out to be a really nice bull, about 55, 60 pounds. He had long ivory, 42 inches sticking out, about 17 at the lip. So he'll have 72 inches of ivory.
With his solo elephant hunt complete and his reputation secure as one of Africa's most skilled dangerous game hunters, Rann casts his eyes to the future and his eyes to his abiding love of the chase for the world's deadliest and most extraordinary animals.
I start thinking about next year already, and next year's going to be great again. Hopefully we'll have good rain, and we get some new bulls moving in. I can't wait to see it.